Successful people learn how to make their mind work for them. I'm David Nagel, and this is the Successful Mind Podcast.
There's always a way. There's always a way. If there's always a way, then what's the problem? One of the ideas that can be the essence of the problem is that we're attached to the outcome. And this is a very misunderstood lesson in various different, like in the Tao, in the Bhagavad Gita, in a lot of different religions, in self-improvement. There's this idea of non-attachment, and people really just do not understand that idea. They take it to the literal mean, don't attach to anything in any way, and they just go crazy with it in their mind, and that's not what it means at all. What it means is that everything comes into our life and then moves out of it. Nothing ever stays. Okay, it's the flow of life, right? But the attachment, when we become attached to something in an unhealthy way, that's when we create pain. It's also when we create fear. The fear is very often, what happens if we don't get it? What happens if it leaves? What happens if it goes, if it's wrong or it goes wrong? So when it comes to things like sales or your goals or creating whatever you're creating to put out in the world, if you look at it strictly from a business perspective, you're looking for a result. That's it. It's either a result that works or a result that doesn't work. We get attached to the result because we attach our self-image to the result. We attach people's acceptance or rejection to the result. We attach whether we're going to have money to pay the bills to the result. We attach whether we're ever going to become a success to the result. We attach all kinds of bullshit to this damn result. And we get very hung up on the most minute things and the things that we need to do every day. And we make ourselves nuts over it. It's just a bloody result. I mean, it is or it isn't. Why make yourself crazy over it, right? So I'm pulling from Thick Face, Black Heart by Chin-Ming Chu. It's a fantastic book, but I'm going to warn you right now if you get into this book. If this book triggers you, then put it down and walk away from it, okay? Just the title triggers most people because they don't understand it. All the book is about is results. And it says in the beginning of the book, you could use the book for good or you could use the book for bad. The book is neither inherently good or bad. It's just about getting results. That's it. But there's a quote from the Bhagavad Gita in here. It says, master detachment. Performing your duty without attachment or aversion is a great antidote to the poison of fear. Without attachment. Without attachment. What does that mean? It means, let's say you're working in your business. You know that you need to make sales, right? You know that you need to make numbers. You have to make a certain amount of money. Every day, if you're focused on making the sale, making the money, you're focused on the wrong thing. What you should be focused on is, did that conversation work? Did that marketing campaign work? Did that reach out work? If it didn't, the idea is, okay, what didn't work? Let me change it and do something different. But it's like our subconscious mind hijacks that process and then throws our self-image in there, and it throws our fear in there, and it throws our insecurity in there. And then we go crazy and we don't know what to do, and we get confused, and we have to ask everybody else, and we don't trust our own instincts, and we get confused. And because we're operating in fear, we do the wrong thing or we don't do anything at all. I don't care what the result is. I just want to see what it is. Because if we see what it is, we know what to change. If you are not concerned about the outcome of circumstance, you will experience no fear. Let me read that again. If you're not concerned about the outcome of circumstance, you will experience no fear. So maybe you should take a look at what fears you currently have operating in any area of your life, and ask yourself, what is the outcome you're afraid to experience? What if you were to take that possibility out of the equation and just look for an outcome based on it either worked or it didn't? The phone call either worked or it didn't. The person either said yes or they did not. None of it is an indication that you shouldn't keep moving forward. None of it is an indication that God doesn't want something for you. None of it is an indication that you're on the wrong road in life. It just worked or it didn't. It's that simple. It's that simple. Success is that simple. This didn't work, let's try something else. This didn't work, let's try something else. So what is all this pressure inside of yourself that says, when is it going to work? When is it going to happen? Maybe I should look for another program. Maybe I should look for another person. Like, what is going on inside of you? When you attach yourself to expectation, anxiety, and fear will overcome you. The outcome will be what it will be, regardless of your expectations and fears. Now think about that. The outcome will be what it'll be, regardless of your expectation or your fears. All you have to do is let go of the expectation and unemotionally look at the result. That's it. Mark Twain said, I'm an old man and have a great many troubles, but most of them never happened. That's true. It's true. For most of us, fear is not grounded in any real possibility of catastrophe. Rather, it is a state of emotional uneasiness. Mark Twain clearly understood this as well when he said most of our worries and fears never come true. Don't give your fear too much importance. An ignored guest often departs unannounced. This is the essence of the message of fear. During your daily encounters, in spite of your fear, do what you have to. Beneath the fear of success and failure is the fear of pain. Beneath the fear of success and failure is the fear of pain. What was the fear of pain caused by? Attachment. Straight from the Bhagavad Gita, attachment. Don't be attached to the outcome. That does not mean that you don't want the result, that you're not expecting to get the result. But in your daily practices, do not be attached to the outcome. It either works or it didn't. What you're attached to is getting a different result. You're attached to the process, however long it takes, whatever you have to do. And then there's the whole idea of allowing yourself to be joyful in all of the process. Why make yourself miserable? The getting of yourself to do something is even more deep-seated, but actually it's the same thing because your subconscious mind doesn't want to experience the unknown. I mean, we've been through that 100 times already. So whenever you see yourself avoiding, whenever you see yourself not doing, whenever you see yourself distracted, it's like a phantom in your mind that your subconscious is trying to avoid. Take the focus off of, am I going to win? Am I going to get the money? Am I ever going to get there? And just focus on the result every day of getting a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. That is the straightest path to the win, by the way, because you're focused on what actually causes the win. It is the minor adjustments that we all have to make in our daily activities so that the adjustments work. So the call works, the conversation works, the marketing works, the internet stuff that you're doing works. Whatever you're doing, making minor adjustments and tweaks to get it to work. And if you're saying to yourself, oh, this is so slow, is it ever going to happen? You don't really want success. You just don't want to feel bad. And you think success will remove you from feeling bad. You have a completely different problem. You're chasing a complete illusion because it won't happen. It won't happen. We have seen the downfall of all kinds of people in the world who thought success was going to change what they felt on the inside. their loathing of themselves, the pain, the trauma, the anxiety. It does not. It exacerbates it. If you've got something going on unhealed inside yourself now and you're thinking that becoming successful or becoming famous is going to change that, you're sadly mistaken. Because that'll destroy you. Anything that's amplified, if you amplify something, it's going to make it bigger, not make it go away. So work on those little tweaks every day. And remember, there's always a way. Go all the way back to the very beginning of this. Think about when we went through U squared. What did Pritchett say? Absence of evidence is not evidence of its absence. Don't forget the law of vibration. Don't forget the law of polarity. If you feel it, if you need it, it has to be here. That's all the evidence that you need to keep moving forward. Then it comes back to responsibility. What do I need to change? How do I need to change it? I move forward. I test it. I either get the result or I don't. Then what do I need to change? How do I change it? And I move forward. That's all it is. Don't look at what other people are doing. Don't compare yourself. Don't get all crazy about what's going on in the world. Stay in your own lane because that's the only place that peace exists.
Thanks for listening to the Successful Mind podcast. And if you like what you heard and you want to know more, go to davidnagel.com/free stuff.